Welcome to the Family Mess Podcast. I'm your host, Ian. And this is my wife and co-host, Natalie. The Family Mess, the podcast about life with kids and all things adulting. Let's talk.
Is say, hey, Ian, let's go, or sometimes we'll leave and go to eat for an hour by ourselves and leave the kids at home. That's our kids are older now, but when they were younger, we used to do quiet time. That's like an old withered up flower.
Withered up flower.
And then all the little petals fall off.
Damn, Natalie.
Hey guys, if it's crazy,
all right, go now.
Wait.
Get in there! Oh my God!
Hey guys, welcome to the Family Mess. I'm Noah, and have a nice day.
Good God!
I love the Family Mess. Oh
my God!
So here we are again, recording late into the night. I was supposed to finish this recording 2 hours ago, and it's hot as hell in here. Do you have anything to say?
Well, we're here. Let's just do it. Make the best of it.
Well, I'm just so over this damn recording thing. I need help, podcast world. Our listeners out there, help me, please. I think the mixer I have sucks. I'm not sure. I was messing with this thing for an hour, and now it starts to work again. I don't know. How long has it been since we put out a recording? 2 weeks? I bet you it's been like 3 weeks.
I have no idea. I just show up and
you
talk.
never have any idea. I'm the one who has to do everything to get you involved, and you're so busy because your schedule's so busy.
And you do so well at it.
No, I don't, because I need to ring you in all the time. I barely got you. The only reason you're here today is because I said, Natalie, put it on the calendar, and you had to do it because you didn't want to disappoint me, because you love me.
I don't know who told you that, but if you want to go with that, that's what we'll go with.
Whatever. Well, you can say what you want to say. But what's been going on the last 2 weeks? Oh, man, Kobe Bryant, man. Gosh. That wasn't good.
No.
That whole thing really bothered me. I was with Noah when it happened in Miami, and that ruined my whole day. Major
reality check. I'm not a Kobe fan, though. I've never been a Kobe fan, even in death. Sorry, R.I.P. Kobe, but I've never been a Kobe fan. But him dying, in that crash like that, like it was definitely unreal. Like he just seemed like a person that, I don't know. He had it all, and then it can happen to him in the blink of an eye like that.
I don't know why it bothered me so much.
It's just a reality check.
Is that what it is? A reality check that he's so young and he died, and it happened so suddenly.
Yeah, it was just quick. It was just sudden. Like people like him don't just die. Like that doesn't happen.
It's Kobe Bryant, man. You're not supposed to die like that. I mean, just thinking about it now, we had some of my coworkers at work. Shout out to my boy Trent. I got to give him a shout out real quick.
You and your one friend.
At least I have a one friend. Okay, you're a damn hater, so don't start with me. But like I was saying, I don't know why that death bothered me so much. It's just talking about it still. I couldn't watch any SportsCenter. I just started watching SportsCenter this week because I don't know what it was. Just him passing away just bothered me. And I didn't even know the guy.
Well, it's because you see him, so he's like real. He's like a part of your life. That's what people don't
Is that what it is?
Those haters out there. Even though I am not a Kobe fan, I did not hate on his death, and people are like, well, what's the big deal? And,
Is that what it is?
You see them on TV and they become part of your life. People on TV, and that's why they're kind of freaked out when they meet people in person, and people are like,
because they're like
can I get your autograph?
Because they're like on TV,
right? Because but for you watching them, it's like you know them, even though you don't know them, you don't know anything about them, but you know that part of them that they show you every day in public when you're on TV.
Do you think we'd be famous if we did something on TV like that?
I don't want to be famous. Pass.
I don't want to be famous either.
You have no privacy. You're super judged. That's why you know what? That's honestly why I didn't want to have to do this podcast.
Why?
Because
are you afraid that you might get famous?
No, it's because people are so darn judgmental and mean.
What are they judgmental?
It doesn't matter what it is. People are mean and horrible.
That's because you can't. You know what your problem is? You take things too personally. I don't give a damn about anybody. So
I don't care what they want to say, but they just
yes, you do.
Anyway.
Yes, you do, because you just said, I don't want people to. Did you just say that? You do care what people say.
Because they're mean and it's hurtful.
Why?
No matter how much you don't care, it's hurtful when you hear things about yourself.
Yeah, but
in public.
But you have to be used to that. I mean, you got to have a tough skin.
You have a tough skin, but you're still a human being. That's like why those Kardashians every now and again they'll reply to people's nasty comments, or they've sometimes turned off the comments because people are just mean. They have get that screen. I forgot what it's called, but they get that behind that screen and they just think they
Well,
the ish.
yeah.
And they can say whatever they want
I
to
have
whoever
to,
they want, and they don't care because they want to judge you. Everything you do, you're judged.
I have to agree with you on.
And that's why I didn't want to do a podcast. I didn't want to be out. I'm just gonna be straight. I didn't want to do it because I don't want to be out in the public eye. I don't. My kids.
The thing
in
is,
the public
I really
eye.
don't think anyone's going to bother you now. Since you hate it so much
You
and
don't
you
know
hate the
that
podcast.
people are mean.
No one even knows.
People have sinister personalities.
Nobody knows.
sinister,
Nobody knows who you are. So
It doesn't matter.
don't worry about it. Do the podcast.
Well, I'm gonna keep it that way. I hope.
You have to do the podcast. We're not doing it to get people to hate us and to say these things.
No one does anything for people to hate them, Ian. Celebrities are out there just wanting to do their art and they want people to enjoy it. But the haters always come out the woodwork and are just mean and nasty. That's just how people are.
Well, that's how people are, but I'm not going to allow that to stop me, players. I'm not going to allow that to stop me. I'm going to keep going.
Well, that's good for you. You do that.
You're going to do it with me too. Listen,
I'm being drug along, but I'm here.
No, but you have to take a chance. You can't just sit back and not do something in life. If that's the case, you wouldn't be doing your real estate stuff because of the haters out there that want to hate on you for being successful, right?
I don't care about those haters. That's different than people that just be judging you for every darn thing.
So you're saying people don't judge you when you do real estate stuff?
All people judge you for every damn thing.
It's the same thing.
People just,
You got to stop worrying about what people think and just keep going forward because there's always going to be.
That's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Well, the thing is, when they hate you, it means you're doing good. Think about it. Because if they ignore you, if they don't say nothing to you, that means they don't care. But if they hating on you, it means you're doing something good. That's what that means.
Well, that is true. But
take it for what it is.
But you still, it's still work. No matter what, you're human, and humans have feelings regardless.
I have feelings.
So there are some days when you can take all the crap, and other days you just like you can't take the same. Like you could say the same thing to me today and the same thing to me tomorrow, but tomorrow I could cry. Today I'm fine.
That's true.
So
you're right.
It just depends on where you're at that day.
It depends what mood you're in. Yeah, you're right. I have to admit that. But it was fun hanging out with Noah that weekend with soccer. I mean, going down. Other than the Kobe thing,
you went to Miami for Noah's soccer tournament. He had a soccer game.
Yeah, he had a soccer game, 2 games down there. They lost both of them. He scored like a boss, and that was awesome. So you
were the proud parent.
But you know what happened?
Ian's so proud of his son.
I don't want him to hear this, but I was actually looking down when he scored the goal. Right when I looked up, I saw him do the move and shoot, but I didn't get it on video.
Of course not. We never get it on video.
And one of the parents had a camera up, and I was like, "Did you get it?" She goes, "Oh, the camera wasn't on." Shit.
We haven't got any of his goals the last 2 years.
Oh my God, he'll never be recruited because they're like, "Oh, because a lot of recruiters need footage
of your kid." Well, he ain't even that old yet. He's still young, so he'll.
Oh no, they want footage from their young. They don't care. From their young, they want footage. That's how it all works, man.
I ain't playing to their games.
What games? That ain't no games.
What's for him is for him. I ain't worried about that.
Well, I guess you're right. We shouldn't stress him out.
Nope.
He's already stressed out as it is. But yeah, we had a good time hanging out. And then, I always think that every time I do something with the kids, they'll appreciate us more.
That doesn't happen until you become an adult.
Go to soccer games. What do we do for our kids?
Everything.
That's my whole point.
Is that what we're talking about today? Are you segueing, Ian?
Yeah,
That's what we're talking about today. So today's show is, what's it about, Ian?
I mean, if you're...
What's the topic, Ian?
The topic is, if you're a parent, do you do everything for your kids? And do you give them more attention than you do your spouse or partner? That's really the topic today.
Are you feeling neglected, Ian?
Well, in a way. I mean,
you are so spoiled.
What do you mean I'm spoiled?
Oh, you spoiled. Not even spoiled. The Jamaicans say you're spoiled. You're spoiled.
I am not. Get the hell out of here. I'm not.
Spoiled.
Why am I spoiled? Because I made an observation about my son, about my kids, about giving them all the attention. And I mean, they take so much from us. I mean, am I a bad parent for thinking our kids take so much from us?
No, that's what they do.
I mean,
they're like leeches, man. They just suck you dry.
That's how I feel. I mean, they're like little people. And when I hear them talking, I'm like, you don't even know what the hell you're talking about, but you're still talking. And they really believe they know what they're talking about.
Oh, they do.
And that's why I find myself so mad all the time. I'm like, why am I arguing with a 13-year-old?
That's why you stop.
The worst part is, why am I arguing with a 10-year-old, Samuel? That's the worst part. I'm like, you don't know. You don't even have a job.
He thinks he knows everything.
The clothes you wear belong to us. But yet they keep talking. It's unbelievable to me. They don't pay bills. They don't pay mortgages. But yet they expect us to take care of them all the time. No food in the house. They can't cook for themselves. Well, no. We're dying.
But
we need food.
That's where you gotta.
What?
You gotta. What's the word? Prioritize.
What do you mean prioritize?
Well, you said
nothing for the kids.
What parents said. If parents feel that they do everything for their. I try not to do everything for my kids. I try not to. and I try to talk to them in a way, not even let me mess up my train of thought here. Sorry. But no, what I was saying is,
she was too far from the mic.
you distracted me.
Yes,
and
I
I
did.
messed up. I forgot what I was talking about.
We need to get that on video. That was funny
And
as
I
hell.
forgot what I was talking about. Now I don't even know what I was talking
No,
about.
you something about the
It
kids.
was about the kids.
It was good, though.
No, it was about the kids and...
Do you want me to keep talking? That way you remember it?
No, the kids... The kids taking up all the attention, I guess.
Yeah. Well, do you think they take up all the attention, or they just do it because they don't even know they're doing it? I mean,
no, kids are going to be kids, but it's a matter for the parents to prioritize and set the precedent for the role that the kids play. Like, I mean, I know a lot of people who, to each their own. I'm not judging anybody. Everyone does what works for them, right? But for me, I know from the get-go that, I try to make sure I take care of my kids, but at the same time, I always try to make sure that I gave you attention. I don't know if I told you the story on here before about the guy I met at work one day, and he told me about his wife.
What'd he say?
Well,
What'd he say?
I can't remember if I told the story, but I'll tell it again anyway. So I met this guy, and this is what set the tone for me in my own, after having kids in my own marriage. So,
interesting. Let's get ready to hear this.
So this is back in 2000. This is when we lived in Ocala. That's Ocala, Florida. It's a little old town. I hated that place. But anyway.
Ocala was awesome.
But when we lived there, I met this
You're a
guy
damn
at
hater.
work. I wish I could remember his name. I only met him like once or twice. But somehow we got to talking, and he was saying how when he had his first kid, he was a bad husband because his wife wasn't giving him all the attention anymore. And he didn't like that.
Really?
Yes. He didn't like that he wasn't getting any attention, and he did things that he shouldn't have done. And he admitted to,
Did he?
I think it was cheating.
Oh, he did cheat on her.
I think he did, or something like that. He said, but he was like, I know I was wrong, but I couldn't help the way I felt. I didn't know how to process all that, but she just forgot about me. I didn't feel like I was important to her, and
So
the
he
kid
did
was everything. And so, for me, I took that story and I made sure when I had my kids that I still gave you attention. Like, I didn't make my life all about our kids. And because that's what a lot of people do. And that's where a lot of people break down in their marriages, because their life is all about their kids.
For example?
What do you mean, for example?
Well, you said life's all about their kids, but I mean, what? I get what you're saying, and I wonder if some people just don't even realize they're paying attention.
Well, no, because you think you have
kids.
this kid, and this child needs, usually at that point, it's a baby. You have a baby, and that baby needs to be taken care of. Right. But in the same respect, unfortunately, you also have a husband or spouse that's also a baby in a sense, and also needs to still be taken care of. Because you have to continue to nurture your relationship, even when you have a baby. You got to try to figure it out, because that's how people get divorced.
So, I mean, I'm trying to think about. I mean, I'm sure we have friends that give a lot of attention to their kids. I mean, I
have friends who are like, or not even.
We probably have friends right now that are listening.
There are people. I ain't even gonna say friends, because I don't want anyone to think I'm talking about them.
Listen, I'm not talking about you, but I'm just saying we love our kids, but I'm sure we have friends listening that give a lot of attention to their kids, and when it comes to their spouse, probably don't give them as much attention.
Right, because everything's about their kids.
But the thing is that the kids eventually grow up and leave.
Well, right, and that's
what I'm saying.
Some people grow apart because everything's about taking their kid to
grow apart.
Soccer practice, taking their kid to.
Well, that's what we do right now.
To dance, taking their kid to all the different activities that the kids do, but they don't take the time to spend with their spouse. Like, they don't take the time. Or they're doing all these things. They got PTA, they got this and they got that, and then they go to bed. It's late at night. They go to sleep. No intimacy. No talking.
Look what happens to us after a week of not doing it. I turn into an animal.
You just mean.
Shut up! I'm not. You're mean too. I'm not the only one that's mean.
I'm not mean. I don't
what
worry
the
about
hell?
That. I don't worry about that. I'm too
what
busy.
You're making the audience seem like I'm the mean person here when I get no ass.
Anyone else thinks? Oh, I'm not even talking about that.
Oh my God, you're lying. Everybody, you're lying. Don't let them think that I'm
lying.
What do you mean you're?
I don't get mean like you do.
Natalie, let's not start now.
Oh,
let's not start throwing
That's not the topic today.
No, but you better not start something you can't stop. But but like she was saying, I tend to agree with what you're saying. I don't feel that way about my kids. I mean, I love them. I love them very much, but I just don't like them hanging around me.
That's so mean.
It is mean, but I don't care. I think a lot of fathers feel like I do, and mothers. I think a lot of mothers.
No, that's,
Really?
No, man.
Mothers?
No, nah, bro.
Real mothers.
I'm like the minority of mothers.
What is that?
With my thoughts about motherhood.